Welcome to Machine God Eats, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mr. Darling. If I look a little bit under the weather, it's because I am. Your boy is fighting a head cold. I've been sick for like the last couple days in this 109, 110 degree heat here in Las Vegas for some reason, and it's miserable. When I got home today, my head felt like a balloon. I had like all this pressure in my head. So I had to take some NyQuil and just knock out for a little bit. And, I'm feeling okay enough to make the video right now, but I got to feel even better tomorrow to go back to work to do this all over again. But welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. I did want to make a video for y'all today, and I wanted to get on here and vent about some things that's just been on my mind recently. Y'all probably saw that I put out a few shorts this morning, this weekend, about attraction. Right now in the LGBT community, the B in the LGBT community, the men are trying to shame a lot of straight women into dating them, or to why don't a lot of straight women like to date bi men, right? And I found that conversation to be funny because it pops up like every other year or so where, a group of people will get online and try to shame a group of individuals into dating them. And I've never understood that because attraction is something that is unique to the individual, okay? So what you're attracted to isn't always the same thing that I'm attracted to, even when it comes down to the individual body parts on a person, right? As a heterosexual man, there are things that I find sexy on a woman that another heterosexual man may not find sexy, okay? Like I did a short about how I like feet. Like this one girl asked, why do guys like feet? What's the thing with feet? And I can honestly not tell you what my attraction is to fucking pretty feet. I can't tell you what my attraction is to that. I'm just attracted to it. While in my comment section, you had other men saying, "Oh, I hate feet," which I didn't ask y'all for y'all fucking opinion. It was my video about what I like, but it is what it is. If y'all don't like feet, y'all don't like feet. I like feet, so fuck you, right? Some men like boobs better, some men like butts better. And yeah, I've even noticed that aesthetically with time, people like mass groups of people would change their aesthetics to fit whatever's popular at the time. When I was growing up, at least in the 90s and stuff, having these big massive titties, these breast implant Pamela Anderson type style titties was a big way that women found that they could be attractive back then. I remember even my ex, my kid's mom, was so hell bent on trying to get some titties back in the day, and I used to tell her, you don't need to get no titties. Like, I mean, she had little boobs, but I knew that she would fill out because, like, of her family. And of course, eventually, now she got some titties, like, right? And she told me, what was it, a few weeks ago, that she's so glad that she definitely did get breast implants. We ended up having this conversation because she got titties now, and she, I mean, it just takes time. But at the time, she felt like, oh, my breasts are not big. Even though I loved them, I loved her little titties. She didn't feel that way, and she was trying to go with the whole popular thing that we were coming off of. This was before the BBLs and stuff. This is before women started getting these butt implants and stuff. And I remember the first time I ever saw one of those things, it was on a white girl. It wasn't even on a black person. It was a BBL on a white girl. And I knew that shit was impossible. I was like, they doing butt implants now? But that's neither here nor there, right? People are attracted to what they're attracted to. So if a woman don't want to be attracted to a man that sleeps with other men, that's her preference. It ain't, you could say it's rooted in homophobia. Oh, it's because you don't want a man to be on top or the bottom. You don't want to think about that. Maybe she don't. Yeah, it could be. It could be directly homophobia as to why a straight woman wouldn't want to sleep with a bi man. It could be directly homophobia as to why a straight man won't want to sleep with a trans woman. Do you see what I'm saying? That could be the direct reason, and the reason is still legitimate. Just like the reason could be that a white woman wouldn't want to sleep with me because I'm black. That's racist. It absolutely could be absolutely racist, but it's her prerogative to whether or not she wants to be with that person. You try to attract the people, you try to attract what you want, but a lot of times you attract what you attract, right? You attract to you what you almost deserve in a way, okay? For me, at least for the most part, I've always been attracted to women's personalities, okay? This has been across the board, across like all of my exes and girlfriends or whatever. I've always been attracted to a certain personality type. But unfortunately, that type of personality, they love on you for a while, or they'll love bomb you for a minute, but then they pull their love away, right? And what that does to me is it makes me feel about that big, because then I start questioning myself. Like, well, what's wrong with me? Why am I big? But that's what I attract. And why do I attract that? Because I attract women who are attracted to me, right? I don't chase. I don't do all this extra chasing and jumping over this and that to try to, I'm not into that. I've never been into that. I've not been, if I have a interest in you and you have an interest in me, then we can go from there. But if you don't have an interest in me, or if I like you more than you like me, I'm not into that, right? I always like women who like me just as much. But that like is, like I always say, comes with conditions. And once those conditions, whatever they may be, they may say there's no conditions, but there may be even just some subconscious conditions. Once those conditions are not met, they pull that love away, right? And so you're like, at least for a person like me, what I attract, I end up feeling like, oh shit, like, well, what the fuck did I do? Maybe I talk too much, maybe, and I start, attacking myself. But that's what I attract. I attract that because that's what I put out there in the world. Like, I like women who like me, so that's what I attract. But once those women get bored, they move on to whatever else they like. If I wanted to change that pattern, I would have to go for a different type of person. You understand what I'm saying? Same thing with the type of women that attract niggas or thugs. I always attract this type of person. I love to hear these women talk about, they'll say what men do, right? Oh, nigga always want to borrow your car and this and that. What niggas? You dealing with a nigga that will borrow your car? Niggas don't, regular men don't do that. Oh, a nigga always want to show up after midnight and want to do. Who are y'all talking to? You understand? Like, that's who you're attracted to, but you are equating that to all women. I mean, to all men. That would be just like me equating the type of women I attract to all women. I can't do that. Let's say I was only dating strippers and hood rats that will fuck on other niggas on me, right? Then I equate that to all women. I can't do that because that's what I'm attracting, right? That's what I'm attracting, right? And, I can be attracted to somebody who's not attracted to me, but I can't let that frustrate me. I have to move on to people who are attracted to me, right? But sometimes you attract, like I said, sometimes you're attracted to the people who are attracted to you. They can get bored of you when you don't meet up to this expectation of whatever. I don't know. It is what it is. I think everybody's just trying to find their tribe. And a lot of people are lonely in the sense that they don't have people that they can relate to. I feel that way. I feel like, a lot of times, like even in real life, I'll sit here right across from a person and I'm talking to them just like I'm talking to y'all, and they looking right through me, right? Like, what the fuck is this fool talking about? And then I feel like shit, and I have to shrink myself because I'm like, all right, well, maybe I'm going too much to something. It's not even just about subject matter. It could be literally me talking about myself. And there's a yearning for me to have people that are around me that understand me and know me. And I resent that. I resent the fact that I want to be loved. I resent the fact that I want to be accepted. I resent the fact that I actually give a fuck what people think about me. I resent that. I do. I really do. I resent the fact that I do want to attract like-minded people into my life to inspire me to do X, Y, Z. I'm not talking about significant others. I'm talking about friends and acquaintances and people who will gather to like inspire me to get up out of the bed. That ain't just me, motivating me. It's people that are like similar minded, just trying to get to the same type of situation, same type of goal. And what is that goal? Not being struggling in this system for the rest of your motherfucking life, right? Not being like worried about, oh shit, if something happened to me on the way to work, no, who's gonna alert my mom? Do you realize that I don't have an emergency contact? The only motherfucker to call on if something were to go wrong is me. That's it. That's it. That's who I can call on. If something go wrong, like I'm at work sick today, right? 109-degree weather. Let's say, for instance, I couldn't make it home. Who the fuck do I call if the girl I'm saying don't answer the phone? If, like I don't have friends and stuff like that. I haven't fostered those relationships mostly because a lot of times I'm protecting my energy. Not because, like I've told y'all before, people haven't reached out and tried to let me into their life, but it's just I know what comes with that. There are people that just want you in their life so they can use you for X, Y, and Z. And I don't like feeling used. I don't even like feeling used for my body. I know some men, like, they don't mind that, and they don't mind making friends that they fucking on. Me, I don't always want that. Sometimes, like I say, I want to be mentally stimulated. I want to be, orally stimulated. And I'm not talking about like that. I'm talking about, as we exchange ideas and words and this and that. That's what I want out of like a life and out of people, right? And there are other people that want other things out of people, and when they can't attract those people, there's a frustration there. There's a frustration. And I think that a lot of people that are like that are just like me, more introverted into themselves, and we're all in our own little islands, probably saying the same thing. That, oh, people don't understand me, people don't relate to me. I'm alone a lot. I talk to myself. That's me. That's literally me. Why do y'all think I'm sitting up here making these videos like all week? Right? It ain't money. It's because I have something to say. There's a lot to say, bro. There's a lot to say, and there's nobody to say it to. You understand? So it is what it is. Like I say, you have to attract people into your life, and attract individuals, groups, into your life that are going to enrich your life for the better, like you do. And sometimes, like, you could feel a sense of rejection when you're not accepted into the groups that you want to be in, if that makes sense, or you're not accepted by the people that you want to be accepted by, or the people that you're attracted to are not attracted to you in the same way. It could be very frustrating. It can be, you start questioning who you are as a person, but you have to respect the fact that everybody has the right to not be around you too, right? And sometimes people are just simply protecting their energy from you. I feel like that with me. I feel like a lot of people push me away because they're probably protecting their energy from me, right? They don't want to hear some of the stuff that I have to talk about. They don't want to hear me vent about this. They don't want to hear me talk about YouTube and my channel and trying to make money, and they don't want to hear that shit. They want to talk about what they want to talk about. They don't want to hear what I'm doing. And so, and then I feel shitty. I'm not gonna hold you. I feel like shit today. Not just because I'm sick physically, but mentally and emotionally. I feel like ass. I feel like I do. I really do. I don't. I feel like, I don't know. Whatever. I just want to make this video and vent. I am going to start a Patreon where I'm going to do like exclusive content, put over there. Obviously, all of the videos that'll be here, but YouTube does this thing, y'all, where there's certain videos that I make that they get flagged, and I'm worried about that, so I don't want to put them on here. And I know before I put them up, these videos might get flagged because they're a little bit too much as far as like what I'm talking about and the subject matter. Some of them they let through. Like I put up a video today where the dude was talking about fucking a dog. Sometimes they'll let that shit through, and sometimes shit like that they be like, nah, we not putting this in our shorts. As far as like long form videos, I put that in a long form video, no problem. But the shorts, they don't be wanting that on there. So those type of videos I'll be putting on my Patreon. Those will be, I'll make exclusive content over there exclusively for the Patreon too, at least a few times a month, so for the people that ultimately will subscribe to that. I'm not gonna put it up now. It'll be later in the week where I'll actually put the Patreon up, and there will be exclusive content already up there on the Patreon. It will be like $5 a month or something there for the bonus content, for me to be able to get on there and say stuff on there that I can't say on here without getting in trouble, without getting the video completely demonetized. There's like certain subject matter that I can't go into detail here on YouTube without it being demonetized, and my channel taking a hit because of the stuff that I'm talking about. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, try to find your tribe. It's gonna be okay. And I'm talking to myself. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen. Bye bye.